What if one country could feel like 10 different worlds? Ancient gladiator arenas in Rome. Cliffside villages along the Amalfi Coast. Storybook streets in Florence. A smoking volcano in Sicily. This isn't just a vacation. This is Italy through your child's eyes. But here's what most travel videos don't tell you. Italy with kids can be magical. This is Italy with Kids, 15 unforgettable places from Rome to Sicily. Rome, where history comes alive. Imagine telling your kids, we're going inside a 2,000-year-old gladiator arena. This is the Colosseum, where ancient Rome entertained 50,000 people at once. For kids, it's not history. It's action, gladiators, roaring crowds, and somehow it still stands. Just next door, the Roman Forum feels like walking inside a forgotten empire. These broken columns were once the center of the Roman world. Let your kids imagine temples, markets, emperors. Suddenly, textbooks make sense. And then comes the moment every child remembers. The Trevi Fountain. Toss a coin over your shoulder, make a wish, and promise you'll return to Rome one day. And then you enter another country, a country within a city. Vatican City, the smallest country in the world, where art and history reach another level. Even kids fall silent beneath its massive domes. Florence doesn't whisper. It stuns you immediately. Rising above the city is the Florence Cathedral, crowned with its massive red dome. It's bold, it's beautiful, and somehow even bigger in real life. For kids, it feels like a palace from a storybook. Step into Piazza del Duomo, and you're standing in the center of Renaissance Florence. The cathedral, the bell tower, marble details everywhere you look. And the best part? Everything is within walking distance. And then you climb a little higher. Piazzale Michelangelo offers the postcard view of Florence. Red rooftops, the Arno River, the cathedral dome glowing at sunset. This is where you slow down and realize Florence feels different. And just an hour away stands one of the most famous towers in the world. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yes, it really leans. Your kids will want that classic holding up the tower photo. Venice, a city without roads. Venice isn't just a city. It floats on water, where cars don't exist, and canals become your streets. This is where every walk feels like a discovery, and every turn feels like a dream. At St. Mark's Square, the Basilica di San Marco glitters with golden mosaics and Byzantine splendor unlike anything else in Italy. Kids will look up and realize this place feels magical, not just historic. Just past the basilica stands a symbol of old Venetian power, the Doge's Palace. It tells stories of power and mystery. In a place with no cars, the best seat in town is a gondola. Glide through narrow canals, under ancient bridges, past hidden courtyards. It's slow, it's scenic, and kids love every second of it. Take a boat to Burano, famous for its rainbow houses, brilliant colors that look like they were painted by kids themselves, lace makers, seafood, and wide open space, perfect for a fun family stroll. A short ride from Venice lies Murano, famous around the world for glassmaking. Watch molten glass become art before your eyes. It's hands-on, vibrant, and unforgettable, even for kids. Venice feels like a dream you can walk through. Lake Como, calm and cinematic. A deep blue lake surrounded by dramatic mountains and elegant villas. This is where nature and beauty meet, quietly. And for families, it's surprisingly easy to explore. Right at the center of the lake sits Bellagio, often called the Pearl of Lake Como. Narrow cobblestone lanes, flower-covered staircases, waterfront cafes. It feels like a movie set, but it's completely real. Across the water lies Varenna, quieter, more intimate. Pastel houses line the shore. A peaceful lakeside promenade invites slow evening walks. This is where Lake Como feels calm and almost private. And then there's Menaggio, often overlooked, but perfect for families. Wide lakefront paths, open piazzas, space for kids to move freely. It's less crowded than Bellagio, but just as scenic. And ferries connect all three towns in minutes, making exploration effortless. Lake Garda, energy and castles. Lake Como is elegant. Lake Garda is vibrant, bigger, sunnier, and made for families. This is Italy's largest lake, where beaches meet mountains and castles rise from the water. On a narrow peninsula sits Sirmione, guarded by a medieval castle surrounded by water. Walking across the drawbridge feels like stepping into a storybook. Kids love the towers, parents love the views, and the lake sparkles in every direction. Head north, and the scenery changes completely. In Riva del Garda, dramatic mountains drop straight into the lake. The air feels fresher. The vibe feels adventurous. Perfect for active families who love biking, hiking, or simply wide open space. For families looking for convenience, Di Senzano and Peschiera del Garda are perfect bases. Train connections, flat walking paths, relaxed waterfront promenades. And in Peschiera, canals and fortress walls make it feel like a mini Venice. Just when you think you've seen Italy, the landscape changes completely. The air gets cooler. The peaks get sharper. You're in the Dolomites. This is Lago di Braise. Turquoise water, wooden rowboats, giant peaks rising straight from the lake. And the best part? A flat walking trail circles the entire lake, perfect for families. Then comes one of the most photographed valleys in Europe. Val di Funes feels almost unreal. Green meadows, tiny wooden churches, and jagged peaks behind them. It's peaceful, safe, and incredibly scenic. This is where Italy turns into a storybook. Alpe di Sicily, is Europe's largest alpine meadow. Wide, open grasslands, easy walking trails, mountain huts serving warm food. For families, this is adventure without difficulty. Lago di Carezza is smaller than Braze, but its emerald water changes color throughout the day. A short wooden boardwalk makes it easy with kids. And the reflections? Pure magic. Cortina d'Ampezzo adds a touch of alpine elegance. Stylish town center, dramatic peaks, easy mountain access. It feels adventurous, but comfortable. Cinque Terre, color above the sea. 5 villages cling to cliffs above the Mediterranean. Welcome to Cinque Terre. No cars. Just trains, boats, and walking paths connecting them all. Each village feels completely different. Manarola might be the most photographed village in Italy. Stacked pastel houses, boats resting below, the sea glowing at sunset. It looks unreal, but it's completely walkable and compact for families. Then there's Vernazza, the one with the perfect little harbor. A small beach, a medieval tower, boats gently floating in turquoise water. It feels like a Mediterranean postcard come to life. Corniglia is the quietest of the 5 villages, perched high above the sea instead of sitting on the water. Surrounded by vineyards, it feels slower, calmer, and more local. There's no harbor or big beach, just narrow lanes and sweeping Mediterranean panoramas. If you want a peaceful side of Cinque Terre, Corniglia is it. Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast begins with a dream. Colorful houses stacked into the cliffs. Turquoise water lapping tiny beaches. Positano is Italy's postcard town, the first place that steals your breath away. It's bold. It's steep. It's unforgettable. Just down the coast lies Amalfi, the centerpiece of the entire region. A historic town with a grand cathedral and lively piazzas. It's a perfect mix of sea views and culture. Escape the coastal road and climb above the sea to Ravello. Villa Gardens. Panoramic terraces. Sunshine and views that feel off the edge of the world. It's the perfect calm, elegant moment in your Amalfi journey. And just when the Amalfi Coast feels almost too perfect, Italy changes again. The energy becomes electric. Welcome to Naples. Mount Vesuvius rises behind the city. Calm today, but legendary. You can hike to the crater rim and look inside one of the most famous volcanoes on Earth. For kids, it's thrilling. For adults, it's humbling. Nearby, Pompeii stands frozen in time. When Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, it buried the entire Roman city. Today, Pompeii feels like walking through a real-life time capsule. Back in the city, Castel dell'Ovo rises straight from the water. It's Naples' oldest castle and completely free to enter. From the top, the view of the bay is unforgettable. High above the city sits Castel San Elmo. Climb up here, and Naples unfolds beneath you. The bay, the volcano, the endless rooftops. This is where you truly understand the scale of Naples. Capri. Just offshore, everything softens. Cliffs rise from impossibly blue water. Sea caves glow neon beneath the sun. Ride the chairlift to Monte Solaro. From the top, the coastline curves endlessly, and Mount Vesuvius watches from afar. Capri feels like a Mediterranean dream. And just when you think southern Italy is all sea and cliffs, the landscape changes again. The blue fades into white. You're walking inside a real-life storybook. Welcome to Alberobello, famous for its trulli. Tiny white houses with cone-shaped stone roofs. They look like hobbit homes or something straight out of a fairy tale. Just a short drive from Alberobello, southern Italy feels beautifully local. Locrotondo. It means round place, named for its circular historic center. Whitewashed houses curve around a hilltop. Flowered balconies overlook olive groves. Simple, calm, authentic. Sometimes Italy impresses quietly. It's the kind of place where you slow down and just enjoy being together. Stone takes over. Welcome to Matera, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Homes carved directly into rock. Churches built inside caves. This isn't just old, it's ancient. It feels biblical, timeless. History here isn't behind glass. It surrounds you. Walking through Matera feels like stepping back thousands of years. And when night falls, lights illuminate the caves. The stone turns amber, and Matera becomes almost surreal. Taormina sits high above the Ionian Sea, perched on a cliff with sweeping coastal views. Elegant streets, endless blue below. It feels like Sicily dressed up for sunset. At the heart of Taormina stands an ancient Greek theater, still perfectly positioned above the sea. Sit in the stone seats, and you'll see Mount Etna rising in the distance. It might be one of the most beautiful theater settings in the world. For the best panoramic view, climb to Madonna della Rocca, small church built into the rock above town. This is where Taormina unfolds beneath you like a painting. Just below Taormina, Giardini Naxos offers wide beaches and open stretches of sea. The water here is calmer and easier for swimming, perfect for families. A relaxed promenade lines the coast, with cafes facing the turquoise bay. It feels laid back, sunny, and effortlessly Sicilian. And finally, Mount Etna rises above the island like a sleeping giant. Black lava fields, steam from the earth, crater hikes across lunar landscapes, from gladiators to alpine peaks, from coastal villages to volcanic fire. Italy with kids isn't just a trip. It's an adventure your family will never forget.